1 2 yo yo. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Yo yo. Man, what's good, man? It's your round Pat Boy Dolo checking in, man. As you can see, I'm here with Mr. Sensai Fouche. This is our second meeting. You know what I mean? If you haven't checked it out, make sure you go to the Round the Clock Thinkers YouTube. We got a video we did about a year ago, I think.
Probably.
I think it was around a year ago.
About a year ago.
Yeah, he kicked some cold game on that motherfucker, man. So make sure you go check that out. Feel me? But today, we are gonna, hold on 1 second, let me kill the fan. We're gonna be kicking it, man, about childhood, man, about, you know, how we was impacted in so many different ways from, you know, the parents, the schooling, all these different programs and all these different forces around us telling us who we should be instead of us telling us who we should be, you know what I'm saying? So me and Mr. Sensei Fouche here, we were kicking earlier on how, like, you know, childhood, the parenting part of it, how it played a big role.
Well, one thing about parents, what I guess we don't understand, and that I learned how to understand myself, is that, you know, we all go through different experiences, and those experiences also help create and mold who we are and our thought processes through our days and interactions. You know, so you could be the product of an emotionally unstable person, and then there's a lot of missing tools that are not given to you because of that emotional imbalance, you know, of your parent, you know. But a lot of people, us as children, forget that, you know, or don't think of our parents as people too. They are no different than us in this current day of what they used to experience.
Wow. You see that? And then what I was thinking about earlier too is like, I'm gonna break this into two parts because it's people like me and you that's grown to the mindset and we psychologically understand what it takes to change it. And then it's also parents like me and you that got kids that needs to know how to like install the circuitry in them now that they're aware of the information. You know what I'm saying? So my question would be, what would you tell a parent on how to start? Because he does a fucking amazing job with his daughter, by the way. So like, what would you tell a parent as far as installing the positive circuitry that they need?
Well, you know, thank you for the positive accolade on my parenting. One thing that is important that, you know, I continue to tell myself in being the parent is I still have work to do. Like, I don't think of myself as a great parent. I consider myself a great studier. And I continue to study different ways of applying effective tools into parenting. And my first suggestion to any parent is be transparent. You have to be transparent into who you are and why you are the way that you are. And a lot of that goes into who raised us and why they are who they are.
So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. So when it comes to the ones who need to wake up and be transparent about who they are, but they have like this ego, this blockage. It's like they're stuck in their ways. You know what I'm saying? Is it a way like around it? Is it something that you could say to them that they'll, you know what I'm saying? Or is it something that you could say to the people who have to maneuver around them in the same proximity, and how they can move with some game to not be affected by their shortcomings?
Well, I think it can be difficult to try to force someone to have a different opinion. You could consistently express in extreme frustration, the consistent results or the lack of skills that are being applied by the adolescents or children. Or, there's a lot of different ways of going about it. Another way could be that you could observe and give strong suggestive points at moments of extreme frustration to the individual that is in that moment of expression. But it still, to me, all comes down to someone being open and receptive to the fact that a lot of problems begin in how you choose to deal and see specific things.
Wow. And there's no way around it. So once they wake up and realize that, I feel like it'll become a healing ripple effect. They'll heal, then they'll feel like, you know what? Fuck this ego. Like, let me go to my kid and let me go to my child and break some shit down. Like, hey, I didn't know this. I didn't know that. I'm sorry, but hey, we got from here to the rest of our lives to make this shit right. We're gonna do it. I feel like that'll be good for the child to hear, even if they're older, and I feel like it'll be like a healing ripple effect. You was about to say something?
Well, I was about to say, like, yeah, that is a great help. But what I was gonna interject was that, another avenue is, and this is for all of you younger people, older children, young adults, to also use those specific titles. If you're able to somehow approach those individuals and bridge the gap of the fact of the lack of the parent having accountability, and maybe explaining to the older child or the young adult why there is a disconnection, that could be a great help of bridging the communication and hopeful understanding of the lost adult. Is get the information to the younger mind, if you're able to have that connection, and tell them of the flaws of their parent without being judgmental, but just being very realistic and open, and using a lot of other loose references of people in common society that would hold reference to explaining what could also be happening in their specific life.
Wow. That's the prescription all the way to the T, full prescription. And just in case, just to clear up what we're specifically talking about. If you're somebody that's watching this video and you feel inadequate, or you feel like it's areas in your life, your whole life, where you just kept coming up short, you had shortcomings, you lack confidence. If you feel inadequate or you had shortcomings in any area of your life, you're being affected by exactly what we're talking about, and it's just invalid upbringing. Invalid upbringing because you was not aware that everything you thought and saw about yourself is what affected your reality, and not what other people told you to think about yourself or see about yourself, because you was basically watching them thinking that was the right way to do it, when in reality it wasn't. So long story short, nobody taught you to be a thinker. Now we can't blame them because they didn't know. But if you watch this video and you hear what Mr. Sensei Fouche just said, and it registers with you, please take action. Because I'm taking action, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pulling up the weeds, and I'm reprogramming, and I'm playing positive self-talk all the time in the background. Keep it low, do what you do, just have it playing for at least 21 days, and you will see a change, you'll feel a change. But you gotta do some self-introspection on your shortcomings, you know what I'm saying, and be specific on what you need in general. But you gotta need closing thoughts on this topic, Mr. Sensei Fouche, man.
Well, a lot of things to add on to the great specifics that you just noted. One main word is accountability. And without accountability, there is no evolution and there is no growth in yourself, in your relationship with others, in your career, in your goals, financially, career-wise. Like, there has to be a level of acceptance into accountability. It has to be okay to say that you were wrong. And it has to be okay for you to say that I can do better. You know what I'm saying? Because the only mistake, the true mistake, is the one that you don't admit. And that's going to be the main problem as far as not having solutions and continuing to live within problems.
Wow. That was the cherry on top, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. Hit me in the email for the free consultations. I got you, man. packboydolostaff@gmail.com. I got you. Sensei, you got any projects that you want to shout out? Anything that you want people go check out? Your Instagram, your instrumentals, anything?
If you could look up NNMP, Nasty Noise Music Productions. Hashtag Instrumentals Are Us. Man, I have a lot of things going on from the standpoint of instrumentals, and also working with album art. That's another thing in Mystique Art and Design. A lot of the work I do through NNMP artwork, Packboy Dolo. Thank you for letting me work on a couple of pieces, so look out for some of the artwork that I'm helping in his projects, and and just look out for the elephant in the room. Just watch for the elephant. If you're looking for NNMP and you're kind of confused as far as specifically who I am, pay attention to the elephant that is about to enter your room. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I don't want to create so much overexposure and overhype, but I have a lot of things that I'm working on and I'm excited about, and hopefully I'll be able to use Packboy's platform to introduce some new and upcoming things on a lot of projects that I plan to be involved in.
Alrighty, man. Peace and blessings. Y'all know the vibes. It's your Ron Packboy Dolo checking out. And I was here with Mr. Sensei Fouche. You did. Peace and love, y'all.